1 second, please. Hi there. How may I help you? You have an appointment with Dr Maz. Nice. Is this your first time here at the clinic? Okay, no worries. I just need some information from you. Don't worry about your appointment. We ask people to come in 10 minutes early before, just so we can put everything in. But I'll get all your information, and then you can go see Dr Maz. Great. So, let me just get the form up and then I'll ask you some questions. Okay. So, I have your name here, but can you just, for security purposes, tell me your first name and your last name? And any middle names. And date of birth. And a contact telephone number for you, please. Great. And email address, please. And last end of it, please. Great. And your first line of your address, please. And your postcode. Great. That's not far from here, which means you are in our catchment area, which is great. Just because obviously for the NHS requirements, we require all our patients to be in a certain proximity to the practice, which you fall under, which is great. It's a 2.5 mile radius as a circle, just to make it fair and make appointment time shorter and a more enjoyable experience for our patients. Great. So I've got your main details here on the system, but I just need to ask some previous background checks just because your patient files haven't transferred over to this practice, and I just need to add some things in. If you don't feel comfortable answering them, that's totally fine. And obviously Dr Maz will ask you more in-depth questions. But this is just a base file so that she doesn't need to ask them during your actual appointment. Great. Okay. Would you say that you smoke at all? You have in the past, but you don't now? Great. And would you say you drink? And that light, moderate, or heavy? And the question that everyone asks, how much do you drink per week? 4 glasses, 5 glasses? Okay, no worries. And do you know your current height? Not that that changes, but some people don't know their height. And your weight. Great. And have you had any recent jabs or vaccinations in the last 10 years? It's a tricky one, and no worries if you don't remember. We will be able to get your stuff on file, but just for ease. Yes. Okay. And is that it? Great. And do you have any main concerns for this visit, or is it just a general check? Okay. You've been putting off coming, yes. You just moved here? Okay. So, great. So that's all in the system for Dr. Maz. Just since we've got a couple minutes for you waiting, I just thought I'd elaborate on what this practice can do. On site we have 6 GPs, and whilst you'll be seeing Dr. Maz today, if you ever need urgent care or she's away, we obviously have 5 other GPs for you to see. You can also book appointments on our app if you download it, which I'll send to your email. On this app as well, you can also book repeat prescriptions, get the results of tests, or change any of your information. We also have 2 nurses on site to do bloods, tests, and any maternal care. And finally, we also have a pharmacy on site as well, which is lovely. It's a very big pain when you get a prescription and then you have to go and fulfill it. It's just obviously right over there, which means that's all taken care of. Yes, so our opening hours, you're obviously here right now, but our opening hours is Monday to Friday, 8 till 6:30 p.m. And then we also do some Saturday mornings, appointment only, but we're open till 2. Yes, our average wait time varies across the year, but you should be seen to that week if it's non-urgent, and on the same day if it's considered urgent. Great. If you have no more questions for me, if you just go take a seat just over there, and Dr. Maz will be with you very soon. Have a lovely day. Hi there. Nice to meet you. I'm Dr. Maz. Just have a seat over here, that'd be great. How are you doing today? Fab! So this is your first time in the practice, right? And I see that your information was put in by the receptionist. Great! Let me just get my computer up. Cool. Yes, so we have all your basic information, which is good, and I understand you're here for a reason. No worries, we will get to that in a minute, but what we usually do for people new to join our practice, we do a general little checkup and just put it on the file as base level, and then tell you maybe any test or anything we think we'd recommend you getting. Cool. So we'll start with that first, if that's okay. And the first thing we'll do is we'll take your blood test. So can I just have your right or your left arm? That's fine. And if you roll up the sleeve, just so the skin is bare. Great. It should be tight. Okay. And I'm just going to press the button and it will get tighter, and then we'll get your bloods. Yes, it does start to feel quite tight, but that's normal. It will release off in a minute. Great. Let me just put it on the system. Okay. Let me just undo that for you. There you go. Fab. So that's great. We just do your bloods. And do you know your weight, which will save me from weighing you? Okay. Yes, I see our receptionist put that in. Great. So, yes, and you seem to be all up to date with your vaccinations and jabs. Do you have any trips planned for going away, or are you in the need of anything like that? Great. Okay. Now, the slight issue is obviously because you've moved medical practices, we don't have your records yet. They can take a while to come through, so is there any regular medication you're on or anything that needs maybe filled while we wait for those records? Okay. Yeah. And how long have you had that? Right. That's not a problem. Do you have enough prescriptions right now for that, or do you need more? Okay. That is totally fine. We can fulfill that for you and give you enough to last you until the records come through, and then we can put it through as a repeat prescription. Great. And is there anything else that you would like to talk about before we get on to your main reason for coming here today? Yep. Okay. Yes, so you've had some skin concerns. Yes. Okay. So if you have tried, what treatments have you tried for your skin? Yes. So the issue with skin concerns and spots in general is that regular prescriptions that we provide, if they're not working, you need to be referred to a dermatologist in the hospital, which is something I would recommend. All the things you've been talking about is what I would start with, and it seems like you have used most of the options that we can provide for you, so it's important for us to refer you to a specialist. Would you be open to that? Yes. So what happens is I write a letter to your local hospital or a couple around the surrounding areas, and you will then get a referral letter through the hospital, and they will detail your appointment. Yes. And then you'll be seen. It can take a while, obviously, it's not an urgent matter. It can take 1 to 2 months, but it's just a better route than sitting here waiting. Exactly. So I can do that for you, not a problem. Let me just write that down on my computer. So you just moved here? Very nice. From where? Oh, I've always wanted to go there. Great. So I will write that letter for you. So we've now clarified everything, the basics, but obviously on to your concern as to why you're here right now. Okay. And how long has your throat been sore for? Okay, quite a while. So when you say sore, is it dry, tickly? Okay. And does it get worse or better at any moments? Okay. And do you have any temperatures or any other symptoms on your body or in the area? Okay. Would you mind me having a look? Great. So what I'm just going to do first is I'm just going to feel your tonsils, not your tonsils, sorry, your glands, just to see if they are larger than usual, which can signify something else. Is that okay? Great. So let me just feel. So they do feel a little bit bigger than usual. That can be for a variety of reasons. Nothing to worry about majorly, but yes. So what I'm going to do now is actually look into your throat, if that's okay. Yes, so I'm just going to put my gloves on. So would you mind opening up for me? Okay. And do you mind if I put my instrument in your mouth just so I can see your tonsils? Only be for a moment. Go. And do you want to say ah for me? Great. Okay, great. So, through the swollen glands and your tonsils being inflamed, I actually think you have a bout of tonsillitis. Have you ever had tonsillitis before? No. It's nothing to worry about your first time, and it is something that once it's treated, it will go away. I'm going to give you a course of antibiotics for 1 week. Yes, and you will take them for a week, 3 times a day, preferably after food. Are you allergic to anything? Penicillin? No? Okay, so this is a penicillin-based antibiotic. And as I said, it's best if you eat with it just so that you line your stomach and it won't upset it. And there should be no other side effects, but obviously, like all prescriptions, if you could read the instructions for you, and please finish the whole course. It makes sure that the infection doesn't come back and that your tonsils are great again. But if there are any concerns, or if you feel like it's not got better after your course, please come back and we can take some swabs and some tests. But obviously, you've been in quite a lot of pain for an amount of time, and I don't want to be wasting time doing swabs, waiting a few more days and you coming back when I can see that your tonsils are inflamed and the symptoms are showing up for tonsillitis. No, don't worry. We only take tonsils out if you have several infections throughout a year in a course of time. And since this is your first episode, I don't think you should worry. Just plenty of rest, plenty of fluid, and yes. Yes, I can write a note for your work. That's not an issue at all. We can do that too. Have you not been feeling well enough to go? Understandable. Sometimes tonsillitis can be quite bad. Okay, so that's all the notes done. Here is your prescription, and if you just take this to be fulfilled at the pharmacy just outside there, it's really handy. We have one right here, and you can start the course of antibiotics straight away. Not a problem, and look forward to seeing you again. Hopefully not for this concern, but if you need anything else, please do not hesitate to drop in and have a chat. It was nice to meet you too. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.